News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a man and his dog are reported missing. Several accidents occur over the holiday weekend, and a local bar is holding a grand opening. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. September 8th, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. A man and his dog have been reported missing. According to Nye County Sheriff Sharon Worley, there is no evidence of foul play and no reports of any history of depression at this time that could be the cause of the two missing in the desert. Family members last saw Ross and his dog Lulu on Friday. Nye County Sheriff's deputies and search and rescue are scouring the area near Mesquite and Higley for a missing person. 48-year-old Ross Ortiz was last seen by his family Friday night. The missing man's vehicle has been located off a dirt road in the area. Ross is said to have been accompanied by his husky named Lulu. They have both not been located. The vehicle had the keys inside the car, according to reports, and his cell phone is also not with the man. Nye County Sheriff's deputies also asked for mutual aid. Clark County Search and Rescue assisted yesterday by putting a helicopter up in the air to look for Ross and his dog Lulu. The search continues. If you have any information, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Luckily, no one reported any injury as a result of an accident on Highway 160 near Mountain Falls. A two-vehicle accident occurred on Friday afternoon on Highway 160 and the Mountain Falls turnoff. Nevada Highway Patrol, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue all arrived on scene. Sergeant Carlos Rivera from Nevada Highway Patrol spoke to our cameraman, Jason Koblenz, about how the accident occurred.
Here at 160 Mountain Falls again for a two-vehicle accident. We had a maroon van that was headed southbound on 160 approaching Mountain Falls, and we had a blue-colored passenger vehicle that was preparing to turn onto northbound 160 from Mountain Falls, and you know, for whatever reason the blue vehicle or the blue driver did not yield the right of way, and you know, we had another accident here. Unfortunately, this is the third one for today out here.
And the other accident that occurred on Friday afternoon was at Highway 372 and Blag.
A two-vehicle accident occurred on Friday afternoon on Highway 372 near Blag. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene, assisted by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, who checked out all occupants on scene. One person was transported to Desert View Hospital as a result of injuries sustained in this accident. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And traffic was diverted around a three-vehicle accident on the highway near Irene Street.
A three-vehicle rear-end collision caused one person to go to the hospital on Saturday morning on Highway 160 and Irene Street. The accident appears to have occurred when one person was stopped in the roadway to make a left-hand turn onto westbound Irene Street from Highway 160. It appears that the car behind them did not see that the vehicle was stopped at the time of the accident. That person in the front car was transported to Desert View Hospital. No one in the other vehicles claimed any injury at the time of the accident. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies all assisted with the accident and the transportation of the victim. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And according to Sergeant David Berukowitz from the Nye County Sheriff's Department, a British Airways plane caught fire on the tarmac at McCarran International Airport this afternoon. Passengers were quickly evacuated. No further information has been released at this time. Thank you to Sergeant David Berukowitz for this photo. We'll have more on tomorrow night's broadcast. When we return, your Desert View Hospital Health Tip.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, represents a diverse group of conditions. If researchers can better understand the genetics of ASD, it may be possible to identify and diagnose at-risk children sooner. A new study examined the results of 2 kinds of genetic tests in children diagnosed with ASD. Catherine Dolph has more in this week's JAMA report.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Owen was diagnosed with autism at 2.5.
He wasn't walking, he didn't talk.
He's much different today. Almost 13, Owen attends school, has plenty of friends, and talks a lot, even surprising his mom with a new word now and then.
A brain and a heart. They're squeezable.
I'd never heard them say squeezable before.
Owen participated in a study with more than 250 other children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Dr. Bridget Fernandez from Memorial University in Newfoundland and co-authors used 2 newer genetic tests. The first, chromosomal microarray analysis, was performed on each child. The second, whole exome sequencing on 95 randomly selected children.
16% of the children had an ASD-related genetic finding on either the microarray or the whole exome sequencing.
The children were also closely examined for subtle physical differences and screened for birth defects. They were put into 3 groups based on the severity of these physical differences.
And when we did that, the children in the morphologically complex group, 35% of them had a positive genetic test. In that complex group, the diagnosis of autism was even more delayed than in the children without those types of problems. Sometimes their other problems are detracting from the fact that they have these red flags for autism.
As part of the study, Owen's IQ testing was normal, prompting his mother to send him to school.
But because I knew that he was smart enough, I said, you're going. But now, he's developed into a lovely young man.
If we could understand the underlying genetics more completely, we'd have the possibility to actually identify at-risk children through genetic testing and get earlier diagnosis and improve the outcome.
Catherine Dolph, the JAMA Report.
The chromosomal microarray analysis has been performed for more than 5 years. The whole exome sequencing test, a way of scanning most of the coding parts of the genome for mutations, is just entering routine clinical practice. 43-year-old Eli LaBelle from Tonopah was arrested for domestic battery and strangulation. According to the report, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a domestic battery on Spicer Lane in Tonopah. Upon arrival, deputies were told that Eli LaBelle had struck his girlfriend multiple times on the side and back of her head the night prior. They were also told that LaBelle had choked her twice. LaBelle was interviewed and provided information that corroborated the facts as deputies had received. LaBelle was arrested and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. 32-year-old John Kendi Ming Jr. was taken into custody for under the influence of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. Deputies were dispatched to 1750 South Pahrump Valley Boulevard in reference to a suspicious circumstance. Police located 2 individuals inside a yellow car in the parking lot. They made contact with John Ming and Brittany Jaggers. During the conversation with them, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies noticed a piece of tinfoil in Ming's right hand and a small red straw lying in Ming's lap. They noticed signs of heroin use, and Jaggers confirmed that Ming was a drug user, according to the report. Reportedly, Ming tested positive for several drugs in his system. He was booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. 69-year-old Gary Nally was arrested for domestic battery after police arrived at a residence on Amarillo for questions regarding an eviction. Nally stated to police that he wanted his stepdaughter to move out of the home. She had been living there for 2 weeks, according to police. The stepdaughter reported to police that Nally had pushed her and dragged her into the bedroom area 2 days prior. Nally was placed under arrest for domestic battery, and he was transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Well, there's a very special grand opening scheduled for this Saturday at JD's Bar on Blagg Road, north of Mesquite.
My history is music. I toured for 16 years. I'm a producer as well as a bar owner, and I searched the Pahrump Valley, and I went, you know what? Nobody has anything like this out here. And I said, it is time to give, the people who live here and possibly even the kids a place to go, a safe place to go, and build something that can put us on the map.
You've been having quite a few bands playing.
We've had a lot of bands playing. Now that the stage is up and the bands that didn't want to come all the way from Vegas and play some little bar have come out here recently and looked at this, and now we are 50 bands deep that we have to turn away. They're coming out of the woodwork. There are so many.
You're having a grand opening on Saturday?
Saturday the 12th, yep.
Tell me about that. What are we expecting to see here?
Well, it's a combination grand opening event. It is the schoolgirl bike run to benefit school supplies for the school. We are having a free concert from 7 to 10. We're having music from 3 until 6 during the schoolgirl run. We're having 15 vendors. We're going to have an RV back there. That's a whole store. We're going to have waitresses, cocktail waitresses. The Dirty Tequila girls are going to be here. It's really going to be an event. I call it a kickoff to the fall festival, you know? If anybody wants to know what that is, come here. They'll see what it's about.
So you're located right here off of Blagg and just south of Bella Vista.
We're on a little over an acre of land, and we used every inch of it.
Any specials coming up this Saturday?
This Saturday, specials, giveaways, for sure. We're going to have festivities on the stage, as well as we're having 4 bands play that day. Yeah, it's going to be quite an event.
The U.S. Air Force is giving an ultimatum to owners of a remote Nevada property that over time has been surrounded by Area 51. They're being told to take the $5.2 million last best offer for their property by Thursday, or the government will seize it through condemnation. The owners include descendants of a couple who lost their mining enterprise after the Air Force moved in during the 1940s. Nuclear tests then began in 1951. Their mine mysteriously exploded in 1954, and they ran out of money to seek reparations from the government in 1959. Family representatives say they will reject the deal, at least for now. Air Force officials are calling it a matter of national security. Family members say the site is a symbol of their grandparents' and great-grandparents' blood, sweat, and tears. News 46 will return in just a moment.